What's going on, everybody? We got some Kaido versus Zoro gameplay here between my friend Kyle and my friend Cody, who actually did take 13th place at the Treasure Cup with a Kaido list. Now this one's going to be a bit different as he did make some changes now that the film deck is out. But pretty great matchup all around. Zoro is a pretty fun deck to play, especially when you're playing the mid-range version of it. Kyle's going to rest it on, open up with the Buena Festa to take a look at the top 5 cards of his deck and pick up a Douglas Bullet. And then the Zoro player is going to open up going a second. And there are a lot of cards you can play in Zoro that are really strong one costs, like the Sunny. He's going to opt to play Sunny and then leave one Dawn active, and then we're going to see the Kaido swing at 5k at leader, and then tap 3 and drop the Onigashima Island, and that's what Kaidos love to do. They love to play Onigashima Island because it's just such a good card. It helps them ramp really well, and it gets them on the curve that they want to be on. So Zoro's going to go ahead and add a Dawn to Sunny and a Dawn to himself and swing 5k at leader. That's going to be counted out, and then he's going to swing 6k, and that's going to be taken by the Kaido player. Nami is going to go ahead and be, dropped. Nami's a great searcher. There's lots of cards that you want to take with Nami, especially in the Zoro matchup. I like taking Sunnies. I personally think that if you do see a Jet Pistol, you probably always want to take it, but he's going to go ahead and grab a Sunny and then drop a Sunny. This way he can replenish it if he needs to. Kaido's going to go ahead and swing at the Sunny, killing it, and then we're going to see a Uda played, which is going to add another Rested Dawn, and then Onigashima for another Rested Dawn. So we're already at 9 Dawn, and that's just a lot of Dawn already. It's just kind of crazy how far they've ramped up already. And considering that, the Zoro player is at 6 Dawn and Kaido's going to be at 10 Dawn, it's pretty insane. So we're going to add a Dawn to Sunny, swing at 5. Going to be counted out, and then we're going to swing 6 at leader here. And then I'm just going to think about taking it. It's honestly not too bad to take it, but it's going to be taken here. And then we're going to Jet Pistol the Uda, and it's gone. So now it's a 10 Dawn turn for the Kaido player, and they have lots of options. This is such an early turn. Like, if you're playing a 10 drop Kaido in this deck, like, this would be such an early turn to get this card out, because you're so far ahead. You're a 3 life, and being able to play a 10 drop Kaido with 3 life would be insane. So if you're playing a lot of these ramp cards and you're able to get them out and not be punished super early by countering out, it feels pretty good. But we're gonna go ahead and see a blocker Uda, followed by another blocker Uda, just loading up the field and protecting himself, and then he's gonna pass turn with 2 Dawn up, likely for a Union Armado play. Super great card. It makes your blockers unkillable, and it's generally hard to deal with, especially when you can rest their cards. But we're going to see the Zoro player just kind of think about what they want to do, how they want to set up for this turn, setting aside some Dawn to want to put underneath their Zoro, giving him his leader effect, which is a super impactful leader effect. I mean, going forward into OP02, I think Zoro is one of the strongest decks, just because of the amount of 1 drop guys that you can play, like Makino, Dogura, Sunny, even buffing up your Namis, and having Otama even be a threat late game is kind of insane. So definitely one of those decks that I'm looking forward to play. We're going to see the Zoro get 5 Dawn placed underneath him with a Diablo Jambe, and he's going to be swinging at 10k. And we're going to see the Blast Breath and a 2k counter. Oh, yeah. 2k counter coming out of hand. So, I mean, that's well countered. You're basically protecting for that entire turn. And then they're going to drop a Bartolomeo, and that's their blocker there. I'm not super fond of Bartolomeo. I think he's okay. I think he's good in, like, Luffy, but I'm not super duper fond of him. And Douglas Bullet is going to be played here, and then using his effect to rest 2. And then I think this is a bit of a mistake. I don't think you should ever really activate Douglas Bullet's effect unless you're going to win the game. So they're going to swing Uda at life, activate Onigashima Island to unrested on, and then they're going to drop another Black Maria. But yeah, I don't really think that you need to ever use Bullet's effect unless you're going for game. I mean, there you're able to clear board, but you're clearing like 2 nothings really in the grand scheme of things, and you're resting 2 of your blockers against this deck with, like, you know, so much rush potential. So not a super huge fan of that play, but I mean, I can understand wanting to clear a board there. Douglas Bullet is okay, but he's kind of a trap. I think that using his ability is really hard to do because it seems super duper impactful, and when you use it on, like, your main like that, you know, you're leaving yourself a little bit vulnerable to follow up plays. I mean, with Onigashima Island out, you're not suffering too bad because you're able to, you know, it's only Dawn -3 at that point, and you'll still be at 9 Dawn the next turn. So he's gonna go ahead and play the Chopper, but I think now he's just being baited into using Bullet's effect again because he wants to rest this Chopper, and I don't think that there's any situation where Bullet needs to go for game here, or Kyle needs to go for game here, but I think he does make a pretty big misplay in attempts to go for game here when he didn't really need to. And again, I think that's just the trap of Douglas Bullet. I think you wanna use him to go for game. He swings 12k at leader here for 2 swings, which, I mean, it's a strong attack, don't get me wrong, but Diablo Jama is going to kill the Black Maria, which is unfortunate. And then you have 3 swings left here, and there's no reason to use any of these swings to go for game. You can swing your Kaido at the Chopper, I think, to clear it, and then I think that's probably all you do here, just because you're already down so much Dawn. But they're going to go ahead and they're going to play another Onigashima Island to tap it, unrest the Dawn, and then they're going to use the Kaido leader effect to trash the last, and then they're going to swing, and now they have no Dawn. So it's, I mean, I understand the intent, but there's so many cards in hand that you didn't really need to pressure for game there. You could have just swung over Chopper. I mean, yeah, you're forcing cards out of hand, but at this point, you know, you're a jet pistol away from just losing the game, essentially. You have 1 card in hand, it's a Blast Breath, you have no Dawn active, they have a Shanks, which, yeah, you're probably blocking, but if they jet pistol it, you're not going to be able to block it, so that's unfortunate. You're not going to be able to buff up your guys high enough next turn to swing for game because you're going to have 2 Dawn active. It's just like, I don't know if that was the right move to swing the Uda and to use the Kaido leader effect, because the next turn you can just do that. And so now you have Shanks swinging at 9k, and they can just clear your board fully with your so he can swing 5 at the Uda to clear it, and he's got nothing to buff up his dudes next turn. He'll have a 7k swing with Kaido, that's it. So he swings at life with the Zoro, which and then he swings 5 at life with the Luffy, and then he swings with the Shanks. And so just a pretty greedy play, I think, by the Kaido player, and he does get punished by Zoro, but interesting match all around. Very close still, even with all the greed, but I know when you're playing red, you know that there's a lot of cards they have late game that don't have any counter on them, so I understand the thought, but I don't think that they were in a position to really need to go for game. But, you know, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, all the feedback and all your support. And until next time, Monty out.